I'ma press play every time.
The funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. Hey, the funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. Hey.
My name is Halo Thomas, and you're listening to the Funny Don't Stop Show.
That's my daughter Halo. And welcome to the Funny Don't Stop Show. Yes, sir. My name is Alex Thomas, and I'm the host of the Funny Don't Stop Show. And I got some amazing co-hosts. You know, every week I got to introduce them because, you know, I couldn't do this by myself. We're going to start all the way to the left here. Internet sensation, Savvy Amusing in the building.
My man, what's up? What's cracking, y'all? Yo, Funny Don't Stop, baby.
Absolutely.
Happy to be back.
Oh, yeah. And to my left here, we have a beautiful woman hailing out of the East Coast. And she is Jewish.
Oh.
And she's funny.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Dara.
Hi.
Yo, what's up, Dara?
Hi, you guys. Hi,
We're
everybody.
going to have some fun. And to my right, we have none other than Fact Man!
All
Hey,
right.
man, you got the
What's
name. You got the facts. This is my boy, Sed Brass. Give it up for Sed
What's
Brass.
up, everybody?
Oh, yeah, man. You got that name because, like, dude, I feel like you just, like, know the answers to everything.
Oh, man. I appreciate it. I take it in honor.
You know the answers, and you also have facts about stuff that, like, no one in the building would ever know.
I appreciate that, man. I take it with great honor.
Yeah, that's a big compliment. Before I get started, too, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Ciroc, in the building.
Ciroc in the building.
Big round of applause for Diddy. Give big round of applause for Diddy.
Big round of applause for Diddy. All right, Diddy.
Absolutely. We're celebrating
Can I show
Black
this?
excellence.
All right,
Absolutely.
there we go.
We're celebrating Black excellence not just because it's Black History Month. We always celebrate Black excellence. Even though you're not black, you're a beautiful person.
You know, I've had black Emmys. I mean,
Yeah. And I appreciate your honesty.
Oh.
I appreciate your honesty. So yeah, the blackberry Ciroc is like off the chain. I had it all
it's
weekend
lit.
long. Oh yeah, it's
Delish.
do it with a little lemonade and it comes out as you know, it's a sweet thing.
it's
you
good.
can just put it on the rocks. Simply.
Absolutely,
Simple to do.
absolutely.
Yep.
You know, I think we're gonna dive in this week. But before we dive in, I want everybody to chime in with us this week. I need everybody to call in. The number is 310-986-6610. One more time, 310-986-6610. We're going to be talking about everything under the sun. We're going to be all over the place because we only have an hour and 30 minutes, so there's only so much that we can talk about. But whatever you feel, we want our friends, our family, and our followers to chime in. We want to hear what you got to say because, you know, what you got to say, you never know. You might say something, it might spark a whole nother 2 hours of talk.
Yeah,
Am I right?
just might.
So you never know. But I'm a little upset. I'm a little sad right now.
Why?
Why?
Why are you
What's
sad?
Because the Rams lost the Super Bowl.
Oh,
I know. I'm sad too. I know.
Yeah,
I'm sad
that's crazy.
too.
I can't even lie, man. We just didn't show up. Don't get me wrong.
It shouldn't have been there.
What'd you say? Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, no, we're gonna talk about that too, because I know you're a Saints fan, and I'll just get this out and I'll let y'all take it.
Yeah.
We just didn't show up. Don't get me wrong. It was a hell of a non-scoring game. You know, I
It was.
feel like we had a little bit more than 3 points in us.
And you know
it
I'm
just
shitty
didn't-
with sports.
What'd
And
you
you know,
say?
and you know I'm shitty with sports. So, and I was rooting for the Rams. I just like, come on.
I
live
appreciate
here.
that, Dara.
I know, you're welcome.
I
mean, I
appreciate
really was.
that.
I wore blue, you know. I mean,
But I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm going to give a big shout out to New England and all of the Patriots fans because, hey, man, they won it fair and square.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm not a sore loser. Hey, man, we lost. We'll be back next year. You know, Brady's 51 now, so I hope that he's won't be coming back. You know, Goff is a brand new young quarterback. And, you know what I mean? We have more years in us. So all our LA fans, if you see this Atlanta, that's not, it really, yes, it's an Atlanta shirt, but anything with an A, hey, that's my name.
Alex Thomas.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Savvy, what'd you think about that Super Bowl, man?
Man, it just looked like two great defenses that didn't feel like having an offense. That's what it looked like, man.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looked like. Defense definitely came to play, man. But at the end of the day, you know, Brady and Bill Belichick was clearly too much for Sean McVay and Jerry Goff. To sum it up.
Yeah, I got some fun stats about the Super Bowl. This is how I knew Tom Brady was going to win. I'm kind of into gematria. I'm into numerology and numbers and stuff, just from a scientific level. Because a lot of people don't know I'm a civil engineer. My undergrad's in civil engineering.
He's smart, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
There's
smart
ladies
guy.
out there that been trying to hook up with a civil engineer.
There
We
you
got
go.
one
You
for
need
you.
to hit up at Sed Brass. That's
No doubt.
SEDBRASS. So tell us
Civil
about it.
So
engineer.
I was kind of studying Tom Brady, and it's kind of interesting, right? And we're gonna play. His number is really into the sixes. That's his number. The number 6 is kind of his number.
Explain.
Obviously, the easy one is his number is number 12, and is actually divisible by 6 by 2. But more interesting, he got his 6th ring.
Yes, he did. Now he's with Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan got
Correct.
6 rings.
Right.
He got his 6th ring. He was drafted in the 6th round.
Okay.
He was also the 6th quarterback to go in the draft.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
And
Do you
then-
know him personally, or
No, I'm telling you.
What's his astrological sign?
I'm
The
telling
fuck?
you, I study this stuff, right? And it's just interesting. So this how I was like, oh yeah, Tom Brady's gonna win. And then
oh, you knew this before the game?
I had my notions when I was looking at the numbers,
Okay.
right? And so the last one is once he won, right? Once he won the actual championship and he was hoisting the trophy up and he's excited and he's there. What was he venerating the most? What was the shot that everybody's talking about? What was he doing on the stage? He had his daughter on the stage. That's the photo.
And you better not tell me she's 6 years old.
She's 6 years old.
Oh my God!
His daughter is 6 years old.
Okay,
So
now-
Devil's
everything-
juice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
what
got
it
a
looked
little
like.
chill once you said that. 'Cause
yes, his daughter was 6 years old.
Wow.
Now he has a son. He has, but it was interesting that he had his daughter and venerated his daughter. And the whole shot that everybody went away with was the shot with the trophy. And he had his daughter looking at the image of herself in the reflection of the trophy.
Well,
I
there
saw
you have
that.
it to all the single ladies out there. If you're looking
Yeah.
for a civil engineer that know his numbers,
There you go.
y'all need to hit up Sed Brass.
Yeah.
I would, but he doesn't like
Yeah.
Jewish, or he doesn't like Jewish girls or white girls. So I mean, it's not
Civil
gonna work out.
engineer. I'm taking him with me next
So-
time I play Mega Millions, man. I'm gonna need you to figure that shit out for me.
Oh, no, it's crazy. I'm telling you.
I'm just teasing you, Sid. You know I love you.
Oh, it's
Man.
all good.
So,
It's all
Dara,
good.
I know you don't know a whole lot about football, but did you watch the game at all?
Of
or-
course, I watched the game. I had a great time. We had a theater rented out, and I love watching the commercials. I'm sorry, and I like watching the
Oh,
guys,
absolutely.
and I love watching the boys in their very tight pants. I'm sorry,
Exactly,
I'm
exactly.
very excited. I got really excited, you guys. So the Super Bowl for me, the highlight, of course, was the halftime show.
Oh, yeah.
When Big Boy came out, shout out to Adam Levine. He did a good job on Maroon 5. He did a great job.
He did do a good
He
job.
did a good job. He
I
sang
like
live.
how they mixed it and kind of integrated it
Yeah.
with the rappers and all that.
Yeah,
Right.
it was cool. I mean, I gave it to him because he sang live, and
Oh,
not many
absolutely.
people sing live. A lot of them,
Well, let me ask you a question. And this is kind of random, but can you get away? I guess I'm asking everybody this. Can you get away with not singing live on that big of a platform? Like, I've seen people on TV shows where they're lip syncing. Back in the day, American Bandstand, Soul Train, sometimes people would sing live.
Right.
Some people, but can you get away with that on Super Bowl stage?
You could, if pre-recorded and you have the vocals already set and it sounds live. I'm sure you could sing a little bit over it.
Oh,
over your
okay,
background
okay,
vocals, You know
okay.
what I mean? You
Right,
can
right.
sing along with yourself.
Okay.
But big shout out to Big Boy and Sleepy Brown.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yo,
That's an
when
ATL thing.
When they came out, honestly, I was
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
that they would go longer.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping they would go long. You could find me in the
Hey,
And then they
yeah.
stopped it.
hey! Shout out to Atlanta too,
but
for
you know what?
for hosting the Super Bowl too. So
You know what? You can't go longer without Andre.
I know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that
no,
is
I
kinda
know.
tough.
It was a big miss.
I know.
And let's-
I was gonna mention that.
let me just say this real fast. First of all, a lot of people don't realize Outkast, they're one of the few, not just rappers or rap groups that went diamond. One of their album, I forgot which one it was, but they're the one with the double album.
With aliens.
Was it 18? No, it was the double album, correct?
Oh, yeah.
It was the double album. It went
With that
diamond.
track.
So when you
Yeah.
think about it,
Cadillac funkin' music.
oh yeah,
There you
I
go.
mean, they could have went an hour by themselves.
Yes,
so
they can.
they had to break it up because
I wish-
obviously you only have a few minutes
yeah,
at halftime.
but they
Finish what you're saying.
only had Big Boy come out. out just for one song, The
I
Way
know.
You Move with Sleepy. And
Not even one song. He only did 16 bars.
He did 16 bars. Yeah, he didn't even do the full song. But you know what? Hey, Sleepy Brown, shout out. He's
Shout out
probably
to
watching.
Sleepy.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
following the Funny Don't Stop show.
Absolutely.
Thank you for showing love on Super Bowl Sunday to me as well.
Absolutely.
That was really cool of you. This guy,
Atlanta
man, he has a talent
icons.
himself.
Atlanta icons. Dano, did you watch the Super Bowl? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I did, man. You know, I was going to boycott because the Saints got.
Yes.
So I put on my Rams jersey. You can check out my Facebook, Instagram. I got my Rams jersey on.
Right.
Because I'm LA, I represent it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I wish I was in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Boycotting with all those New Orleans people on the streets, partying without watching the Super Bowl because it's the lowest watched Super Bowl in history.
I heard about that. And
Yeah.
didn't I don't know if it's a millionaire or a billionaire in New Orleans put up a billboard that said something about the Saints getting robbed.
did.
Yeah.
What did you guys hear that story also?
Yeah.
I saw the billboard.
Was it at the airport or something?
He owns a motor company, and he was putting the billboards up all over the ATL. Saints got robbed. The refs blew it.
Yeah, but it was actually cool. They did like a second line, like kind of Mardi Gras parade.
They did.
For
Yeah.
the actual Saints. And they
Right.
all boycotted. They was out
Everybody.
there partying.
And the
man.
newspaper
It
was
hot.
blank.
Yeah, the newspaper was blank.
It
as
said,
well.
"What Super Bowl?" And
What
it was
Super Bowl
blank.
and blank.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's clever. That's Hey, I got to say something too for everybody. Give a big shout out to all the people that aren't watching us. So we're on YouTube right now. We want to make sure that everybody follows us on YouTube at the Funny Don't Stop Show, and also all the truck drivers worldwide and all the people that can't see us right now and they're just listening. Big shout out to you guys for supporting us. Also, that's huge. We could not do it without the people. And for anybody out there that's listening that doesn't know how to check us out, you need to make sure that you go and download the app. Download the Dash Radio app, and it's free. It's free all day. You can't beat free.
You can't beat free.
Absolutely. Go to the app and, go to Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy, and you can chime in and you can listen to us. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Let's just dive in, man. Something we didn't really get to talk about last week that, it's a very huge issue. The Jussie Smollett situation. First of all, I want to, if he's listening or anybody that knows him, if they're listening, we want to wish him a very speedy recovery. You know, that was messed up. We don't condone any type of violence. We don't care who you are. We are all people. This is called the human race. I don't care if you're gay, straight, white, black, purple, pink. That kind of stuff, it should not be tolerated. And I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say about that. And I want to start with you.
Oh, you starting with me?
Yeah, I want to start.
I do wish him a very well recovery. All his scratches. I hope that all his scratches are okay.
Okay.
I did notice that he got scratched on the eye. He also said that he did not get bruised ribs or any broken ribs. So you're right. There is a lot of conjecture out there about
Definitely is.
Juicy.
Are you saying so there's different stories?
Oh, definitely is different.
Well, tell
stories
us,
out
for the
there.
people out there that may not have known the whole story, you're the man with the facts. Kind of just give them a rough draft if they're just chiming in and they have no idea what happened. And just so you guys know, he's one of the stars of the hit TV show Empire, which is a great show. Tell us about it, Sed.
Well, I don't want to get into too much of the conjecture and what these different stories are, so I like to just get into the facts of the matter.
Okay.
So we do know that Jussie had an altercation and something happened with a rope. He said that some white supremacists and some Make America Great Again hat guys made some inflammatory slurs towards him, some homosexual slurs, and as well as some anti-black slurs to him as well, and said, aren't you that N-word or that gay person from the Empire show? So we do know that's his alleged assessment of the actual assault that took place. What's under question from social media is really people trying to see the video that took place. Given how many videos are in Chicago, it's interesting that we have no video of the assault.
Right.
We have no footage from the assault. The police said that they had over hundreds of hours of video surveillance and scuffed all the different video and haven't come up with anything.
So from that time in that area, because he was downtown, if I'm not correct, right?
Yes, from that time and from that area. So there's a lot of questions. I think if Jussie was right here, I have some very serious questions to ask him.
Right.
What subway is open at 2 a.m. in the morning?
Okay.
What was actually going on? Why would you leave your house on the coldest day in Chicago?
Right.
That was one of the coldest day in Chicago. They had 10 to 15 homeless people died.
Yeah, they froze to death.
On that day.
40, it was like 40 or 30 below.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I want to know what white supremacists were trolling on the coldest day ever.
Yeah.
Just looking for a random black person. And no, we don't come out in the cold.
Yeah, and who comes out in the cold?
I'm not coming out in the cold.
And you're from the East Coast.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Right.
Yeah. So, and let alone him being recognizable. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he should have been in a hoodie, beanie, covered up. Let's just say he was out, right? So I'm trying to figure out, I wouldn't know Jussie Smollett if he walked right by me. So it's got to be some real good
Concrete evidence.
white supremacists that would just know him.
You are right.
How do you know him, and how was he not covered all up on the coldest day of the year?
Something funny about that.
What I'm asking you is, are you saying, I guess, ultimately, this was a publicity stunt?
I'm not saying.
I'm just asking.
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying I have questions, right? I'm always one to actually pose questions. I've learned this over the years with being so against a lot of things that's going on in our societies, and I've got a good format now of just asking all the right questions and letting people answer them themselves. So I don't want to say what it is. All I can say is the story as we know it sounds very funny to me. And I would like to see him come out with a public statement and some answers, right? So this big public outpour. So
and when you think about it, this happened over how many days ago now? Like over a week?
About a week today.
It's kind of weird that
today.
something that could make national news this huge, and you would think he has not, knowing that you have all these people that either care about him or people that are concerned with the situation, like you would think he'd make some type of public statement of, I'm okay, or here's what happened, or here's what I saw. Because was he unconscious? I didn't get the whole story. Was he?
And no, he wasn't unconscious. They said he actually had the rope when in the video when he was coming back into his house.
Yes, the rope was already around
his
him.
neck.
Like, why would you keep the rope? It's like it's not like it's a souvenir.
Yeah,
right. And then today, and then apparently I saw something today. I was reading that when he was walking back, he had the rope on him, and that he wasn't going to, I think, press charges. I think the manager is actually the one who told him to go and press charges.
Yeah.
That's what I read today. And also I heard
manager of
Jesse.
Oh, his manager.
Jesse,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, his manager.
Yeah,
I thought you
apparently
meant
his
Subway's manager.
There was
His manager. Yeah.
Jared? Okay.
Jared.
Damn it, Jerry.
Because they said it happened at a Subway, right?
Damn it.
At a Subway sandwich place?
Outside.
Right.
Or did it happen in a Subway?
outside.
Outside of
Oh,
Subway.
not Subway, the sandwich place.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went. That was
Oh,
his
wait a
reason
minute. I
for.
thought you meant the
wait.
sandwich place.
I thought you were
I
talking about
did too.
Subway.
No, he was supposed to be going to a Subway sandwich place
Oh,
outside.
Oh, he never made it to the Subway.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Oh.
Damn it. Look. Hello. That's why we had to get the fact man here.
Yeah,
okay.
Fact Man knows.
Right.
Right. You were going to say something about that, though.
Yeah, that somebody had mentioned also that he didn't turn in his phone.
Yeah,
I
he
think
didn't
they
want
wanted-
to. Yes.
He didn't want that,
didn't
and
wanna
that's
release his
another
phone.
thing. So
He never
there's
called the
all kinds
police. He never called the police.
No, he never
either,
even
right?
called the
There was
cops.
never a police report on this. So it's just a lot of questions, bro.
Well, somebody, Mook 1014 said he came out and spoke about it on Instagram, and he said the media is lying. So maybe somebody can pull that
That's
up.
what he said.
And maybe what did you hear, Savvy?
He got on stage and he was mentioning
Stage.
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
Troubadour.
you just performed the other
He had a
night
show.
here in
Yeah,
LA.
he had a show.
Oh, he performed after all this.
Yeah, he came
performed
out.
the other night.
Right.
Here in LA.
In all places, West Hollywood.
At the
came
Troubadour.
out-
Where did the
Are you
gays-
joking? Or are you
Yeah.
serious?
No,
Where did the
serious.
gays
At the
hang out?
Troubadour.
West
Yeah.
Hollywood.
I'm really
He
off
came
the
out.
loop.
He had the Troubadour 2 days
Yeah,
ago.
dude came out and he said, I'm the gay Tupac.
Yeah.
Yes, he said he's a
Dude,
gay
are you
Tupac.
joking with me right
I'm
now?
not.
My girlfriend just told me last
I'm
night
not.
that they call him the gay
That's what he
Tupac.
said,
See,
bro.
Someone's writing it right now saying the gay Tupac.
Let's stop one at a time, and I guess I have to ask this question. Are you guys
guy.
saying that?
No,
Are you
he
saying
said
somebody, Jussie Smollett himself
He
said,
said it.
I am the gay Tupac?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. He said it as a joke, and I think that's kind of funny. But like,
Not only is it funny, I don't even know how to take that, dude. I'm a little...
like offended. I know, like, because you can't fuck with
Yeah.
Tupac.
Really? And now I got to go around
Yeah, that's
this
just wrong.
table right
I
now.
can call
wrong.
it sausage life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sausage life.
Wait, I got to start. I'm going to start with you, Savvy. What?
Yeah.
Because you just hit me with that fact.
Yeah.
Before I start talking, I want to ask other people, what could he possibly mean by Because you said he said this, right? Because I'm not making up. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I'm the gay Tupac. How do you take that? What does that say?
I'm assuming he's considering himself to be a thug because Tupac is calling himself a thug. Can you imagine, though, if that was an empire? Can you imagine what Lucius would say about that, though? Man?
What would Lucius say?
Like, man, Jamal, what is you going around calling yourself Tupac? You embarrassing me, Jamal. You ain't no damn Tupac.
Well done.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been going out getting no sandwich in the first place.
Wait. Now you guys, now that
Was
you're
it a
hitting me with
$5
facts.
foot long?
It's a $5 foot long, Jamal. I'm gonna have to ask Cookie.
Hey, you know, I'm on that Ciroc. Big up Ciroc for being a sponsor, right?
One
I'm
more
on that
time, big
Ciroc.
shout out to Nick.
I'm with the business today, man. So I think Jussie was out there trolling. I'm gonna get straight to the point.
Get to it.
Because I didn't know he had a concert, dude. Now you're making me feel
I think
like
he was out
had
there
a concert. He
trolling.
was trying to sell tickets.
He was out there trolling for sex, you know what I mean? And he got into some stuff that, you know, he was looking for and he got what he was asking for. So he got the rope and, you know what I mean, he did some things and he got handled kind of in a rough way. Yeah. And he felt some type of way getting handled rough. And
So there
that's
was
what
no
happened.
broken bones or anything.
No.
He didn't want to
Why was
press.
I under-
and
why
he
was I
didn't want
under
to
the
press
impression-
charges.
No.
And he didn't want to press charges. And the
No.
manager said,
No.
"No, we're gonna press
The way
charges."
the
right?
media made this sound, you guys, I'm thinking dude was in coma.
No,
No, not at
You
all.
understand? I'm like,
Bro.
I'm not in that world, so I have no idea.
But I know why you thought that because I'm seeing. At first, I thought the nigga was dead.
Nah.
the way they made it
Yeah,
sound.
because at first I'm looking at all these pictures of him praying hands
Nah.
and y'all pray for Jesse. Then
Nah.
they said somebody poured bleach on him and shit.
Nah.
And now it sounds like all he did was get stolen on with a noose.
Nah, he gotta go.
Exactly.
He had a golden shower.
But wait,
That was a
wait.
golden shower.
Yeah.
But
And
where,
you
but wait,
Go ahead,
where do
Rhino.
you get stolen in a noose? In what city does that happen?
Right. And not even just that. And not even just that. Who's walking? I mean, who's just randomly walking around with a noose?
With a noose.
And
Yeah.
fucking bleach or a bottle of any
Right.
substance, quote
I'm
unquote,
telling
whatever
you,
the hell
he-
it is, and then shouting out, "Hey, you friggin' you Fruit
A
Loop,"
white
you know what I
supremacist
mean?
with a noose
Yeah.
hanging out his back pocket
Yeah,
like
they're
a
like-
grip or a blood
like-
with a rag hanging out.
right.
Got a
In
noose.
in Chicago, and I can see if this was
Right.
Alabama or something.
And it's
like
cold
that.
as fuck
Yeah.
Right.
in Chicago.
It was
Right.
his rope. That's why he
Yeah.
brought it back home. It
And
was
he-
his rope.
Right.
He went trolling. He was on Grindr or something.
minute.
He was
It's
on Grindr.
It was
and
his
he had a
rope.
setup.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
telling
We
you.
have
One at a
somebody. We have
time.
somebody saying
One
that
at
they
a
agree
time.
with you,
It's
Sed.
conspiracy theories, and everybody's is entitled to their opinion. And like Sed said, that might be his own personal rope.
Oh, yeah,
You
no.
look close, his initials might be on that bitch.
Nah, it was his. It was his rope.
We
I'm
got
telling
someone
you, man.
agreeing with you, Sed. We have
No.
we have someone here
No.
online. We
Yeah.
have a girl on here who's saying that she said the same thing, that she feels it was a grinder thing.
Yeah.
She's like freezing cold. It just doesn't add up.
Don't blame me. It's the Ciroc. I'm telling you. That guy,
The Ciroc.
he had the
The
rope.
Ciroc.
He had
Wait, don't diss Ciroc, man.
Oh, hold on.
Let's
I
sponsor this
got it. Somebody just chimed in and said,
Might have been
this is
Belvedere.
a complete publicity stunt. Like when Eminem's album came out, he was getting ready to come out and he got busted with a gun and they found out that the gun didn't even have bullets in it.
Yeah.
So I
could
guess
be that.
people
Could
in
be
this
that.
day and age, you're like, oh my God, you know who's a master of it? I love him to death, and sometimes I hate him. I can't lie. Kanye's amazing at these type of things.
Yeah.
When you have something come out, what can I say or do
Yep.
to have the entire world put my name in their mouth? And what people don't understand is when my name is in your mouth, that equates to sales and streams. Now, in his case, Jesse, I had no idea that he was performing live in West Hollywood the week after.
Yeah, the other day.
Now
Right.
it's really making
It
me
was a
go.
sold out show too.
And we're under the impression that he was dead, and all of a sudden he's performing live, and I'm
Right.
okay.
Nah.
Right.
That but you know what? We can stay on that a long time. Again, after all these opinions and all these things, Jesse, we hope that you put some ice over your eye and you feel better, and I hope you sold some tickets to the concert.
There
so,
you go.
I'm saying, like,
We're done with that.
How convenient that it was a sold out show.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me he went through all this shit and it wasn't sold out in West Hollywood. Don't lie.
Right, West Hollywood, exactly.
I'm gonna be real mad if it's a 400 seater and he only sold 132 tickets.
Yeah, no. He got fans.
Okay, yeah, after putting a noose around your neck, bro. If you're gonna go that far, you need to be selling out the Staples Center.
Here's a question. Why wasn't the noose frozen in Chicago as cold as the weather's been?
Well, then again,
It's a
nooses, I'm
nylon.
guessing
It
they're
could've
made
been
out of
nylon.
rope.
Yeah, it could have been nylon. Yeah, we
Dano.
don't have to get that deep.
Dano, really?
I'm just saying.
Now, why wasn't the noose frozen?
Yeah.
Like Mr. Freeze.
All right, so look, we're gonna switch subjects right now because hey man, this is something that I just like talking about. It, we went from one subject to another, but I am a huge hip hop fan. Are there any other hip hop fans in this room? Clap if you're a hip hop fan.
Building.
And I'm just going to start it off right now about this 21 Savage situation.
Let's get with it.
I know. Let me just start it off.
Well,
I'm just going to start it off, and y'all just chime in after. So, long story short, I guess this dude had been pulling the wool over everybody's eyes, saying he was a real trapper and he was from Atlanta, Georgia. But actually, this dude is from the United Kingdom. This dude was born and raised next door to Buckingham Palace, across the street from the Beatles. So
he's quite established.
Yeah, and I guess his visa ran out, and they are trying to deport him now. And all these rappers, from Offset to Cardi B to Nicki Minaj, they're all trying to raise money so that this dude can get a Johnny Cochran in his life and help him with this particular case. But I'm going, ain't this the same dude that got a hit song? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. M's in my bank account. Nigga, if you got $8 million in your bank account, you should be able to afford a $100,000 lawyer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Period. So I don't know where y'all can take it from here. I don't know this situation I don't know if you have more facts said, but what is wrong with hip hop now? And is this a publicity stunt? Is he trying to sell more albums? What's the deal?
I got a lot on this, man, and
I'm listening.
Everybody's
listening.
It's a real touchy subject with this 21 Savage, man. I got mixed feelings about this whole thing. First of all, his net worth is $21 million.
Okay, there you go with these goddamn numbers again.
Ironic.
How you know he ain't worth $19 million? How is he worth $21 million and his name is 21 Savage and he about to do 21 days in jail in the United States? I mean, in the United Kingdom.
That's what the estimates
How do you
say.
know all this?
That's what the estimates say, man. And
Next you're going to be saying, and he sold 21 mixtapes.
yes, and his parents.
Right before he got his 21st deal.
And
He lost a lot of teeth in his mouth, so he's only left with 21 teeth.
he has 21 pubic hairs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Damn it, I ruined it.
No, it's okay.
He came here. I'm hearing that he came here when he was 12 years old when he moved here.
Correct.
That's what I heard.
And you could be both gangster and from the UK. There's some real ones out there.
But
You
that's
you got
some serious acting.
That's true.
No.
That reminds me of this liar I know. His name is Young Liar. But finish what you were saying.
I love Young Liar, by the way. I love him.
Okay,
Young Liar's
tell us about
awesome.
21 Savage.
No, yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, he came over when he was 12. We just got to get some more facts around with the situation, right? He came over when he's 12, and then his parents didn't technically do all the proper paperwork behind renewing his citizenship.
Okay.
So it just didn't get handled. So it takes about 10 years for that process. And if you are, and I'm not a big 21 Savage fan, but if you know a lot about 21 Savage, he's been already telling people that he's from the UK. He's
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
In a song?
I've done research on this, and all the young millennials, I hooked up with him. Yo, Sed, you know he all be talking about this. So the kids is not shocked. All the kids know that he's not from Atlanta.
So they're cool.
So
The Atlanta was a lie. It was just part of the music.
no, he came at 13 when he was in Atlanta. He was,
So he's saying by way of.
Yeah, he was trying to get his citizenship, and most of the kids know this, that listen to his music and know he talks about this. And so it's no big conspiracy.
Does he ever
or
do
secret.
any sketches on his album? Well, he talks like this.
No.
Does he ever come out of the trap music and talk like this?
Not at all. Not at all. So
Being a football fan.
I think my biggest point on this is 21 Savage was actually shifting his language. So the song you're talking about, he wasn't making music like that anymore. He was talking about wealth economy, investing your money. He actually did a show on NBC that came out about 21 ways to be broke and invest your money.
Oh, so he came out. He basically used the trap rap thing to get in the door.
To get the audience, and then
get the Amber Roses and the hoes
he
like that.
He wasn't even messing with
cool.
Amber Rose no more. I think he actually outgrew her and threw her to the side.
He was on the Tony Robbins kind of tip.
He looked
So
like
he was going for a Miley Cyrus.
I was just going to say Tony
No.
Robbins.
He was going for black empowerment and wealth management and revitalizing the community. He had actually a scholarship program with 21 kids. He gave
Fact man, ladies and gentlemen.
$1,000 to. I did my
21
research on this,
kids.
right?
And that right there, that's just why they're getting his ass out of this country.
And
too.
so he was doing that, man. He just had a song talking about the Flint water crisis and
They
a lot
want
of
him
things,
out.
right?
Wow.
So so you want to really look at this with a fine comb,
A fine-tooth comb, yeah.
Exactly, because 21 Savage was actually shifting his language, and they were like, yo, we can't get the trap.
So
guys
now
on
I'm
this
wondering,
one.
is his real name like Larry Abernathy?
That's a good question.
something wild.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you have to say about this, Dara?
Charleston. You know, I don't know too much. I'm going to be honest. I don't know too much about 21 Savage. I've never heard any of his songs.
Okay, and that's okay.
He just reminds me of, he looks like a bird and reminds me of Beavis from Beavis and Butthead. He's the black Beavis. Beavis and Butthead.
Dara is in the building. That's all I needed to hear, and that was funny. So, Savvy, what do you have to say about this situation?
He does.
I just say he honestly fooled the shit out of me, man. Because I mean,
Me too.
I mean, looking at him, he looked like he'll fuck you up pretty bad, man.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I was going off his music.
Yeah,
in his
me
music,
too.
he said, how many niggas you robbed? A lot.
Yeah,
How
man.
many cases you caught? A lot.
Yeah.
How many baby mamas you got? A lot. And then you see the tattoos on his forehead. He had the look down. Like, I believed he was an ex-criminal trap-ass nigga that's making hot music now.
I feel like I could take his ass down. He seems like a little baby bird. I'm sorry.
But
kick him in his fucking chest.
The question is, how is that any different from a Little John or anything like that? Come
Very
from
true.
a well-to-do family and then plays this character that everybody buys into.
Yeah.
Persona.
So at the end of the day, it's like, what is that really about? You know what I mean? So I think it's important to understand what is the actual movement that he was actually about doing. And I think we got to investigate that. Right. ICE is actually stopping random black people now.
And I didn't know anything about. My wife was like, you know, ICE is gonna get him. I was like, what? He had too much ice in his lean. I didn't know. I didn't know about this. I'm not trying to sound stupid. I'm just being honest. I didn't know. And then she said, I thought she was talking about ISIS.
No.
And I was like, this nigga's a terrorist too.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You get like this nigga's a terrorist and a rapper.
I'm like, this nigga has a lot going on. So I know in a few seconds here, we got to give a big shout out to our producer, Doc, in the building. Give it up for Doc.
DOC in the building.
And I'm appreciating everybody that's hitting us. We're getting people hitting us. I'm looking at our lives right now. We got people hitting us from all over the country. In fact, all over the world. We're going to be talking about hip hop when we come back from this little message. We're about to pay a few bills. We're going to, hit it to a couple of our sponsors. But when we come back, we're going to be talking about the state of hip hop. We started off with 21 Savage for the people that are just chiming in. If you're young, you can hit us up. If you're old school, I don't care. We're going to talk about hip hop. I got a few questions for the listeners, and I have a few questions from my team here. We're going to, Dan, I need you to take it away, pay a few bills, and play some music. Here we go.
Let's do this.
Funny Don't Stop
We're
show.
going to do some 21 Savage tribute right now. Let's go.
What up, y'all? It's Alex Thomas, host of the Funny Don't Stop show on Dash Radio. And I support black excellence. Not only is Diddy our sponsor, but he's a black man doing black business in a black bottle. I ain't even gonna lie. It kind of hurts my heart when I walk into a club and I see 5 black folks sipping on Tito's, popping bottles of Grey Goose. The goose ain't gonna get you loose like that new Blackberry Ciroc, baby. Could be me. I'm too black for that. So what we gonna start doing, we gonna start running up on tables, and having black excellence conversations. Black men putting in all this work. Y'all need to support black business. But drink responsibly.
What's up, LA? This is Magic Johnson, General Manager of the Los Angeles Lakers. As you know, we trying to get Anthony Davis in a Lakers uniform, but we need your help. Anthony wants $235 million for 5 years, and we only got $150 million to spare. That means that we had to go start a GoFundMe account. We trying to raise $85 million by All-Star break. So help us bring y'all another championship, LA. Just go to GoFundMe/raise these chips for AD. Go Lakers.
Lakers. Hey, man, before we even finish talking about that other subject, man, I hope that Magic Johnson can pull it off and get that man. I mean, the only bad part about it, we damn near got to trade the entire team. I mean, we trained so many people. Magic is going to have to come out of retirement, and I might be running point next week.
Man,
Real talk, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so right now we're talking about the state of hip hop, man. We were talking about 21 Savage earlier, and I'm a hip hop head. But before I go there, again, I gotta let everybody know. Please call us. We want to hear. When you fell in love with hip hop. Where's the state of hip hop today with you? 310-986-6610. I'm going to say that number one more time. 310-986-6610. And make sure that you guys check out our YouTube. Our YouTube is lit. If you're not watching the whole thing, you can check us out every single week on YouTube, The Funny Don't Stop Show. Yeah. But right now we're talking about hip hop. So I got a question to ask my whole team. And I'm going to start with you, Dara.
Oh, okay.
You an East Coast chick.
Yes, I love hip hop to death.
When did you start loving hip hop? When did you fall in love with hip hop? What was your first CD, tape, album? Talk to us.
Oh my God. I don't know what my first CD tape was at this particular point, but I do know when I was raised around my brothers and sisters. I'm the youngest in the family, and we grew up around a lot of music in our home. So my brother turned me on to like MC Serge, Big Daddy Kane, 2 Live Crew. So, I grew up in South Florida. My whole family's from New York, and I was born in Florida. So, Luke.
So you've been booty shaking and twerking for years. That's nothing new.
That's
to
my
you.
shit. Let me see it.
Let me see it. I want to rock. I want to rock. I want to rock.
I want to rock right now. I want to rock right now.
I remember seeing niggas in the club shaking ass. I'm like, really? Dudes ain't supposed to be twerking to this shit. Hey, somebody said that the phone is busy. I'm seeing people saying that the line is busy. Why the hell is the line busy? I hope that means so many people are calling in right now. But Doc, you let us know. If we get a call, we gonna stop everything. We want to hear it. But finish talking to us about your love affair with hip hop.
2 Live Crew all day. I'm a Luke fan all day. Yeah. I love NWA, love Public Enemy. Yeah. Eric B, Rakim, EPMD, Wu-Tang Clan, always.
I heard
everything.
Personally you're friends with some of the Wu-Tang guys, which happens to be one of the greatest hip hop groups of all time. Period. Yeah. Wu-Tang Clan, come on, Method Man, the RZA, the Jizza, Inspector Deck, Old Dirty Bastard, rest in peace, Raekwon the Chef, Ghostface Killer, and M.E.T.H.O.D. man, M.E.T.H.O.D. man, M.E.T.H.O.D. Here I am, the Method Man. Don't get me started. So how'd you meet those dudes?
I heard Cream was about you.
Ooh. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Wu-Tang Clan
ain't nothing to fuck with.
Before you tell us this story,
I
have my personal story real quick. Hey,
tell me.
And it's real fast. It's real fast.
Go for it.
I became friends with them because their first TV appearance was my first TV appearance. And we were together. I'll never forget 1993 on the Arsenio Hall show.
Oh, wow.
It was Steven Seagal, the Wu-Tang Clan, and Alex Thomas.
Wow.
So that's when I fell in love with the Wu-Tang Clan. They did Cash Rules, everything around me. That's when hockey jerseys was huge. I rocked a hockey jersey when I was performing. Became cool with Ray and Ghost and rest in peace, Old Dirty and Method Man. And ever since then, they became one of the greatest groups of all time. And it's classic hip hop, Shaolin
with the Shaolin technique. You test my Wu-Tang.
So Savvy, I mean, you from the West Coast, bro. I mean, when did you fall in love with hip hop, and what was your earliest experiences with hip hop? Because you're coming from a different generation.
Yeah. Man, you know what, man? I had got attracted to that gangster shit, man. Like the dog. I used to like that gangster shit, man.
Yeah.
Dog Pound.
Come on, man. Classic first album.
Ruthless Records with Easy and Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Man.
Man, I wanted to grow my afro like them dudes. All of that shit, man.
And I'm gonna understand everybody. Am I gonna understand everybody? Am I gonna understand everybody?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna interrupt you. I didn't like them until the joint with Biggie. I'm not knocking them. Shout out to Cleveland, Ohio. I just couldn't get into them. My cousin Charles. Y'all. I mean,
I didn't get it.
I didn't get into that joint.
Yeah.
You like that style from the beginning?
I did, man. I did because I don't know, man. Maybe because, like you said, I grew up just like you in South Central.
Yeah.
And that's what was around, man. From NWA to Snoop Dogg to Dr. Dre to Eazy-E, and then Bone came along and put a twist on it. And man, I was in, and then Pac was my guy. That was,
come on. Rest in peace, Tupac.
Rest in peace, Pac. That was my guy. I used to think I was Pac, bro.
Do you remember? What do you mean you used to think you were
Man,
Pac?
I used to tie the rag, like the do-rag around
No, you
my
didn't.
head. I swear to God, I got a picture. I'm going to bring it next time and show you.
Can you please show us a junior
I swear
high
to God.
thug life picture, please? I want to see that.
I will. I'll
Little
bring
baby
it up
savvy.
here and show you. I used to have a rag tied around my head, and you can't make it up. I'll bring it up here and show you.
Did you draw a thug life across
I
your
was
stomach?
just about to ask you.
No, I didn't do that.
Look, I'm for Halloween.
But wait.
life.
Going to take my mama eyebrow pencil and write this shit right across.
There you go.
How old
right
were you?
across the stomach.
How old were you the year he died? I'm just curious. So
When
97.
Pac died,
4.
I think I was about 15.
Wow. So you already knew his lyrics. You were bumping the music.
Oh
and all.
man, Pac was the first rapper that died, and I actually cried. I felt like I had an emotional attachment.
Absolutely.
With that dude.
But you're not the only one. A whole generation
Yeah,
of
it
thugs
hurt me, man.
had
I
tears
cried.
coming out their
Yeah,
eyes.
I mean, no offense, but a few people died. I was just like, oh man, that's pretty fucked up.
But
when
you actually
Pac died, I
teared,
felt
yeah.
like that was my uncle or something,
No,
man.
no,
Like,
no,
that
real
shit,
talk.
That shit hurt, man.
I hear that from a lot of guys. Like Pac was
Yeah.
actually I knew him actually very well. And a lot of people don't know, man. I mean, now that you see the documentaries and now that you see the movies, we knew, those of us that knew him knew he was super talented all the way around. He
Word.
wasn't just this thug
In a
rapper.
circle.
He used to come up to the Comedy Store every single Monday night to see me, Chris Tucker, Daryl Heath, a lot of us young comics, and he used to always be like, write me some jokes, Alex. Write me some jokes. You know, he used to come up and just watch. He's like, I'm funny, but it's like he was funny when he was around comedians in the comedy scene. But it's like as soon as he got into that thug-like character, you know, when it came down to getting in that studio, he became a different person. It's almost like he was an amazing actor/impressionist. It's almost like he did an amazing impression of a thug rapper. Because this dude can act. He could do Shakespeare.
He embodied that character.
Yeah, he embodied that, but it became real, and it's very unfortunate what happened. And that type of violence is just, I just wish it would completely stop. Unfortunately, it still happens to this day. We need to stop this gun violence because it's still happening every single day. And a lot of people, Savvy, were like you, man.
Yeah,
a lot of
man,
brothers
that
and
was
sisters.
my guy.
Yeah, worldwide tears, came to them when Pac died. Sed, when did you fall in love with hip hop? You're coming from a whole different city.
Man.
Where were you when you fell in love with hip hop?
Hip hop for me, man. It was Tribe Called Quest. It
Yes.
Oh
was
yeah.
Black Moon.
Oh yeah.
It was Brand Nubian.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Grand Poobah.
Grand Poobah.
Grand Poobah. The
Big
whole-
Smoked
L.
with them.
Yeah. And then actually
De La
just
Soul.
Common took it over the top for me. But
The conscious
it
rappers.
was two moments, like in high school. Everybody wanted to basically mimic the groups.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my boys, we were so in love with hip hop, we created our own little clique group of hip hop walking around.
Oh, so like
We
there
had-
was Zulu Nation,
Oh,
and there
yeah.
was the Tribe Called Quest. They were called the
Native
Native Tongues.
We had the
Native
little
Tongues.
sock hat with the thing on it.
Like
Oh,
Busta
man.
Rhymes, the leaders of the new
Leaders
school.
of the
Yeah,
new school.
that whole vibe, right?
So what were you guys called?
We called ourselves the Push Pack.
Why?
And
Why was that?
what?
Pimp-
Pushing.
The
It was-
Pushing what?
Pimping,
Pushing.
pimping you silly hoes. That's what
Oh, there
Why
you
the
go.
fuck? Why the fuck you point at me though?
we
Sed?
called.
What the hell's the
you
point of it?
asked the question.
You
We thought we was so
and
cool.
pointing the finger at
Hey,
me.
we was cool. We was cool. We called ourselves
The Push Pack.
Yep.
So now I got to ask, how many were in the group?
It was about 15 of us.
Jesus Christ, you were a gang.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were woo-woo-woo-tang.
We were just,
I know,
you had
right?
to have Jabot
Baby woos.
jeans. You had to have the Jabos on. It was an initiation process.
Oh, you guys were
We-
really
we
trying
were
to start a
hazed.
movement.
We were like a fraternity in high school. We were hazed the freshmen, and then they sophomore year, we want to be in the Push Pack.
And what
Because
city
we
was
got-
this?
Chicago. Come on, give it up. Southside Chicago.
South side of Chicago. Hit us up if you're
Yeah.
from Chicago.
Morgan Park High.
We always get a lot of love. Now Chicago.
What's the number? What's the number?
The number is 310-986-6610. If you're from Chicago, hit us up because you got to think about it. At that time, there was the GDs, the Vice Lords.
Oh,
the,
big
so
time.
how did that work out when there's real gangsters in the street and you guys are the Push Pack people
You know, it
with gerbos?
it can't
That sounds really gay right now.
Explain that.
It came to a harsh reality, actually, man.
Don't tell me one of the Push Pack boys got shot.
No.
Damn.
No. But I do a quick story. I was in gym class. I was a super nerd. We was nerds. Thought we was cool.
Hasn't changed.
I was in gym class, and the gym teacher asked us, "What y'all want to do? Physical education, which is like go outside and play, or sex education. Because, in gym classes when they taught sex education in high school.
What city is that?
Chicago. That's when
They teach sex ed in PE?
In part of PE and driver's ed.
How is that? Are you guys physically acting out sex? Like, what the hell?
Hold on, wait. And driver's ed. And driver's ed.
They're breaking
so you
down
can pull off,
anatomy or whatever.
you can pull over and get a little shtuppy in the back seat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And get a little get a little workout.
Right.
Yes.
No, explain how you.
So the teacher asked that day, hey, I'm going to give y'all the option. Do y'all want to do sex ed or y'all want to go outside and play softball?
Right.
So I said, hey, man. So he said, one of the guys got up and said, hey, we should do sex ed today. And I was like, no, we should go outside and play softball. So the teacher was like, okay, we got to define a moment.
Okay.
Come up and to say why your reason is for, and whatever the class comes up with, this is what we're going to do. So one of the kids was a thug gangster. So he gets up, well, we're going to do sex because, we want to talk about sex, and that's what it's all about. And so I get up, I do a quick one-liner. Hey, why we want to talk about sex? We ain't about to have sex, and the whole class is bust out laughing.
Oh, so you were a nerdy comedian at a young age.
Oh, yeah.
You were like the Urkel of Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. I had a rude awakening. When I got outside of school that day, the entire school knew a thing that I didn't know, which was it was a fight going on after school. Ooh. I stepped outside of the door. The entire school is outside. Some big dude, well, in the story, I'm a kid, so some big dude grabbed me off my feet and was like, yo, you the dude that was talking to GD folks that way? You about to get your butt whipped today, right?
Wow.
Yes. So, but he was like, you lucky, you little. You about, 100 pounds wet? And so he put me down off the ground. As soon as he put me down, I took off running. It was like a movie. The whole school was chasing me. Folks and GDs was chasing me.
Damn.
Bystanders chasing. It was like a wave of people behind me.
That's a crazy story because you've never heard of real GDs and folks chasing pushback boys. You never.
And so they were.
That's a real OG story, bro.
They were their own crew. They were their own
Because the
crew.
GDs and vice, that's like real Chicago gang shit.
Yeah. And they were their own crew. They called themselves the Ruthless Runts.
Man,
You know what?
the deeper you get with your names.
But
Yes,
the
I'm telling
Ruthless Runts doesn't sound that hard, though.
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
telling you, they were
It
called
sounds
the
like
Ruthless Run. Anybody
little
from
baby
Chicago,
runs.
anybody from Chicago, Morgan Park, know what I'm talking about.
All right, well, I just want to say this
believe
real quick. If there's anybody in Chicago that you were a part of the Ruthless Runts, we need you to call us up right now, 310-986-6610. And that school, though, I got to just go back to that real fast. What teacher gives you the liberty to say what you want to be taught today?
The hood, man, the hood. It was Morgan Park. That's the school I went to, man. But
Wow.
shout outs to Mae Jemison High School. She came there. She was actually a graduate from Morgan Park High, first black astronaut. And
Big shout out to the first black astronaut. Yes.
Black female astronaut, Mae Jemison. Yeah.
Hey, so look, you guys, since we're on the topic of hip hop, everybody knows, I know a lot of celebrities and a lot of these people, my friends, they're hearing about the Funny Don't Stop show. Oh, before we go to that, we got a call. We have a call. Caller, you are on with the Funny Don't Stop show. Tell us your name and where you calling from.
What's your name?
Yeah, what's up, man? It's your boy Shells, Impeccable Soul, calling from New York.
What up, New York?
What up, NYC?
Wow.
Wait. You said that so cool and so low key. You said your boy shout. You feel me? You sound like you were having fun with Kush and Hennessy right now. Can you say that one more time? What your name is and where you're calling from?
Jay Shells, man, from New York.
What up, son? How you feel?
I got one thing to say, man.
Yeah.
AD's on the way.
AD's on the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
AD's on the way.
Wise on the way. Yeah, baby.
Hey, man, that boy Savvy's a beast, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's coming.
Hey, man, you don't know how much we really hope and pray that does happen. I think, one thing about the Lakers, their tradition, we just always find a way to find money to get superstars to come to this city.
Some kind
no
of way.
matter what the generation is. I'll never forget when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar first came here.
Right.
That was huge. When Wilt Chamberlain first came, that was huge. When Shaq came, that was huge. We are the city of stars, and I feel like if we get AD here with King James, we're going to win another championship.
Yeah, they ain't making it easy for us. I'll tell you that.
Hey, thanks for calling us, dog. We appreciate you, New York. We got another caller on the line. What's your name and where you hitting us from? Caller.
Hello.
What's your name and where you hitting us from? You're on with the Funny Don't Stop show.
This is your man, Dino Brown. I'm calling from Los Angeles, California. And I just wanted to talk about the state of hip-hop.
Come on, man. Talk to us, Dino. Make it quick, man.
First off, Dino, you're the name, Dino Brown. Dino Brown.
Miss
Hawkins. Man, Dino Brown, entertainer. Alex know me.
Absolutely. You sound real pimping right now. You feel me?
You better know that, man.
Pop a collar one time for him. You feel me?
Yeah, what I wanted to say briefly is that, unfortunately, my generation has dropped the ball. Hip-hop started off as a culture. Therefore, when it came to the lyrics and the rapping portion of hip-hop, which is actually more than one entity, it started off hip-hop was DJing, b-boying, which is breakdancing, rapping, and graffiti. When it came to the rapping portion, in order to be considered great, you had to have quality lyrics. Right. Somehow, with the drug evolution, we dropped the ball.
Right.
It's now all about misogynist lyrics, pimping women, it's about selling dope. It's how much jewelry I have. It's very materialistic, and the quality of wordplay is not very intelligent music. And if we don't take back the music with something that's quality, our children will take on the moral fiber just as I did.
Amen.
I used to start off with quality music with Nas and all of these intelligent rappers. But no disrespect to NWA or the gangster rap. But when I took on the gangster rap quality, even my standards for lyricism changed, as well as my moral and integrity and things that I looked up to turned into drug dealing and fighting and slapping people and all of that type of stuff. So with that, I'm saying it's our responsibility to support good music, first of all, us, as well as teach the youth the difference between the syrup head music and what quality music is.
Dino, I just want to know, when does your book come out, is what I want to know. When does it should be you and Minister Farrakhan together.
Hey, man, get me on the show one time when you get a chance, man.
Absolutely. Dino, I appreciate you calling, man. So, appreciate you being a fan of the Funny Don't Stop show, and thanks for calling. I want to say something about that. Yes, the game has changed, and at one time it was about lyrics, and one time it was about, teaching and messages. Now, I mean, again, I'm not trying to sound like the old nigga in the club knocking these young dudes, because I'm not. I understand it's a new lane right now. You understand? A good example is when there was a huge beef between Ice-T and Soulja Boy, right?
Right.
I remember when that first happened, I was like, wait a second, Ice-T is 65. Soulja Boy is 19. That'd be like Lil Wayne having beef with Lil Richard. You know what I mean? But what you got to understand, it's a new generation where you can pull your laptop out and be 17 and still be in your mama's house and put on GarageBand and mess around and come up with a beat, a quick little hook, and have the biggest ringtone ever. And now all of a sudden, you're a rapper. You get what I'm saying? You almost can't knock these young, like, as much as I joke about it with 21 Savage and Little Uzi Vert and niggas that are just talking about really nothing. You're right. Dara said it earlier. This is the Molly Percocet generation. They're rapping, making albums, and you're on 13 drugs at the same time. So that's why you come
hit, and then it becomes a hit. How?
Yeah. So it's a different lane now, because the young people would think, oh, you just old nigga hating on it. No, I'm not. I'm just not on 11 drugs at the same goddamn time.
And I want to piggyback on what you're saying, because I agree. In all the groups you mentioned before, said drop it, all of them as well. Like there's so many groups that I grew up listening to with Tribe. I love Mos Def. Love Outkast, Goody Mob.
Oh,
people
on,
people see CeeLo and they're like, oh, CeeLo. They think CeeLo.
Absolutely.
But they don't know Goody Mob started way back. Right. But between Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Common,
come on,
Tribe, there's a lot of conscious lyricists, and I miss that art of rap. I miss that art of writing.
All it's gonna take.
Not that the new stuff is bad.
it's not that it's bad. It's just a different lane.
I don't, and it's not that I can't listen to. Some of it has a fun beat, and and it's just like fun to just bug out to, but it's not my go-to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I feel a little conflicted, right? So we gotta embrace these young cats today, man. I know I personally don't listen to it, but you gotta look at the era we came up, the music that we was listening to. Our parents and our age wasn't messing with it either, and they were saying the same thing we saying right now.
Absolutely.
So we gotta be careful.
The Delphonics is real music. What you listening to? The Loonies. I got 5 on it. You know what I mean? They wouldn't know. So yeah, you're right. You have a good point.
So we gotta be careful how we ostracize these young millennials today, because that's their thing. They doing it. I'm not feeling it, but we gotta figure out how to rope them in. We was saying some wild, crazy stuff after police.
Right.
Really, the stuff we were doing was way more out there than what they were doing, except for the homosexual kind of gay stuff they doing now. But besides that, we were doing very revolutionary, cutting against the grain type stuff. And
Public Enemy. And people like that were,
let's go back
Shout
to
out to Chuck D.
Let's go back to the OG of radio hip hop, where the dude intro line was, I said a hip hop the hippie to hippie. Like,
hopping, you don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang.
I was in high school when that shit broke out, and I tell you right now, I took that cassette tape I recorded from KDAY 1580 LA radio hip hop station, and I had to pause the cassette and I wrote the lyrics down. I said, what?
Oh yeah,
hip hop the hippie to the hip hop, you don't stop rocking to the bang bang. 14 minutes of lyrics.
Absolutely.
And I studied that.
You're not going to see. And I'm so happy you brought that up, Daniel, because guess what?
What?
It's only 2 verses now.
What?
Does anybody know that?
What you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that one more time. Anybody right now that's at least 30 years old, 35 and older, we all came up with 3 verses.
Yeah.
It's just 2 verses now. I say that because I'm giving you an ode to what you say, how songs used to be 14 minutes. Now, it's like you can have 2 verses, and your song be 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and you're triple platinum. Yeah. Again, not knocking it, it's just the Molly and the Percocet.
True. Wonder Mike bought me a chicken sandwich years ago, back in '97, for Sugar Hill Gang. He bought me a chicken sandwich one time outside Club Boca in Florida.
That's crazy.
And I told him years later, just last year.
So with all this hip hop talking right now, I was started earlier by saying, I know a lot of these hip hop stars, and one of my friends surprised me. He's like, man, I'm a huge fan of the Funny Don't Stop Show. I couldn't believe he said that because I'm a huge fan of him. He's actually one of my favorite rappers of all time. I don't know if it's just the West Coast in me, but he's actually here today. And he wants to chime in and talk about the state of hip-hop. Not only is he a Bay Area legend, he is just a legend in my own eyes. So big round of applause, and we're going to come back and get that call. Give it up for E40 in the house, y'all.
E40. What's going on, Alex?
What's cracking, 40 Water?
Man, tell me where to go, baby. I'm gonna put on a beat like that for 45s already to get busy with this motherfucker, bitch!
All right, cut the music. That's what I'm talking about. You don't know how much of a pleasure it is to have you, for you to be in our presence, man. Like, you know what I always wanted to know with you? You have the most incredible vocabulary. Did you create your vocabulary? I mean, is there a book that we can get to get your vocabulary?
Oh man, you can't get that book, my weeples. You ain't gonna be able to get that, my weeples. I call my own self how to speak that lingo and spit it.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You dig? No, but you inspired a whole generation from the Bay. Like, don't get me wrong. Too Short is one of my favorites of all time. But it's crazy.
Shout out to Too Short, baby. I'm in the building, baby.
y'all both from the Bay, but you have 2 completely different styles. Now, you from Vallejo?
Vallejo, you already know that, baby. You dig?
Okay. So many things that you said over the years, man, like Ghost Ride the Whip.
Ghost Ride the Whip.
Ghost Ride the Whip.
Ghost Ride the Whip.
With your stutter shades on.
What the stutter shades on?
My mama was in church putting her stutter shades on.
Oh, but she already knew how to get busy, my nigga. That's how you catch the Holy Ghost. You got to put on your stutter shades, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Having the ushers in the church, backing it up, walking like a sea crab. Bitch!
Oh, that's what I'm talking. Dude, every time, is it just me or every time you hear E40 talk, you just want to get high feet.
You want to get high feet this motherfucker. We back in business, baby. Don't get me to get the high feet this bitch.
Hey,
shaking my dreads, even though I didn't cut them off, baby. Bitch!
So, man, I heard you're an entrepreneur, too. You're not just this dude just spitting these rhymes. You got your own wine. I heard everybody's drinking it in the Bay. They drink it at the 49er games, at the Raider games. That has to feel good, man. Everybody else selling weed.
Man, I got my own shit. My weed was, I don't need to sell my weed, man. I got that Slurry K. A lot of people call it Hurricane. Strong enough to start your own engine, man. Bitch!
Hey, ladies. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. So, hey, Fody, I just got one more question for you, man, because I know you got to get out of here. So, like, out of a lot of these new dudes right now, these new rappers out here, I mean, you a stone cold OG in the game. Like, who do you like? Like, who do you play in the car? Or,
I fuck with a lot of people about weepers, but I always listen to my niggas for the Yay area. I still fuck with Too Short, baby. I listen to Snoop Dogg. Shout out to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I listen to a whole lot of people's though about weepers, but all this new shit, I can't really get with that, baby. They got to get with me, baby. They got to get with me. They got to get with that 40 shit, that Bay Area shit, bitch.
Yay area. One more time, y'all. Give it up for 840.
You already know, baby.
840.
I'm finna go to the ATM and give me some money, man. I got to give a shout out to my math teacher, Count Dracula, teaching me how to count these marbles, Playboy. You better believe that, bitch.
Hey. Ooh. Yeah.
Ghost ride the whip.
Ghost ride the whip.
Ghost ride the whip.
Ghost ride the whip.
Tell me where you're from.
Dano.
Tell me where you're from.
I thought we could keep going, man.
Teaser.
You're such a dick tease.
That was just a teaser.
We got a caller.
Yes.
We have a caller.
Find
Who's
out.
calling in? Who could it be? Oh my God. Call on in. I want to hear your voice.
Oh, hung up.
Okay, I scared
We
you
hung
away.
up.
Hey, give us a call, man. If you got hung up, that's all right. 310-986-6610. Chime in. We talking about hip hop. Is he on the line right now? Calling for the Funny Don't Stop show. What's your name and where you calling from?
How do we get
my name's Sean. I'm calling from Phoenix.
What up, Dara?
What's Phoenix? How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I was trying to call in and really find out, am I funny? My name's Sean. Everyone knows me. Am I funny?
Well, everyone has a little funny in them. How did you find out about the show? I'm curious. Like, how did you find out about you obviously
the Funny Don't Stop
How
show?
did you find out about the Funny Don't Stop show? Because obviously you're into comedy. And you came to the right place.
Absolutely.
Well, I downloaded the Dash app, and
then you fell asleep on the phone.
Yeah.
You sound like you're getting a foot massage or something right now, man.
It's funny. I am rubbing my feet together.
Oh, you're rubbing.
Okay. Oh, well, all right.
You're a cool guy. So look, let me ask you a question, man. Are you a hip hop fan, or what type of music do you like?
Yeah, I love hip hop. I love 21 Savage for sure.
Oh yeah.
I swear. I mean, there's no way. If you look at his face, though, I mean, I thought maybe he could be from Britain, but he's totally American. They shouldn't send him back. That's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
I agree.
You think so?
You should do like T-shirts or something, man, and say,
What's your name again, caller?
Sean Lyon.
Sean, can you tell me what American looks like? You said he's American. He looks American. Can you explain that to me? What does American look like?
Good question.
Whoa. That's funny because that's not what I said.
What did you say?
What did you say so we can clarify that?
He looked British. I was like, wow, that makes sense. But seriously, though, I heard he was going for a U visa, which means that if you were here for a long enough time that you could apply for a visa.
Well, he had a felony. He had a felony, so you couldn't get it. He couldn't get it if he had a felony.
Right.
Yeah, I heard that on TMZ.
Yeah. So what are your hobbies, Sean? I'm just curious, man.
Comedy, news.
Oh, okay.
I told the news.
Oh, okay. Do you do stand-up, or are you more of an internet type guy?
Email.
Oh, so you just email your jokes over to the club?
That's hilarious.
You are one interesting soul. You're a beautiful soul.
So you just download your act. Most people download apps. You download your act.
Check them out online.
Hey, man, Sean, I just want to say thanks a lot for calling us, man. We got a lot of love in Phoenix. Keep checking us out on the Funny Don't Stop show. Give it up for Sean.
Yeah, Sean, thanks for calling in, brother.
We got any more calls going on right now? Oh, okay. So we're good. I know, Dara, you had a few things you wanted to talk about. What's going on in your life right now? I know about your craziness. You got your crazy fans.
Let's go through a little crazy little. Well, actually, ladies, I don't know if you guys have dealt with this. Some men may deal with it too, but ever since I got on Instagram, I feel that a lot of men have a lot of courage just sliding in the DMs, and they always have that expression. I'm going to slide in your DM. Oh, we have a caller.
Yeah, let's take this call before we get, because I want to hear about.
Or do you want to slide in my DM? Ooh, what's your name?
DM is deep too.
Thank you. That's what she said.
Hey, caller. This is Alex Thomas for the Funny Don't Stop Show. Where are you calling from, and what's your name?
I'm calling from San Diego, California, man.
Dago, what up?
All right, my name is Ali, man. I'm originally from L.A. I saw the show, man. I was looking online on Facebook, man. I saw my boy Alex Thomas, man. You know, I grew up with Alex back in the days, man. He trying to act like he don't see me on his Facebook Live.
Are you serious? Wait, you know, I see Ali, but I didn't know if you have 3 Alis in your name?
You know, man, that's my first, second, and last name, man.
Boy, if that ain't real pimpin'.
Ali.
I see you, Ali.
I see you. What up, Ali? How you doing, OG?
Man, I'm lovely, man. I'm well. I'm very well, man. I'm just wanting to reach out to you, AT, man. It's been a while, man, since we used to bag on each other back in the days at our homeboy Todd May's house in the backyard.
Oh,
man. Todd May.
Rest in peace, Todd May. That was a good brother. Shout out to the whole May family. He was one of my Q-Sci-Fi friends. You know, I only went to college for 20 minutes, but I was friends with all of them. What you up to now, man? Thanks for checking in the show, man. The Funny Don't Stop Show. What's popping with you?
Man, the Funny Don't Stop, man. You know, I'm just over here taking care of these cats, rabbits, and dogs, man. You know, that's what I do, man. I'm a pet sitter. You know what I mean? Okay. You
are a pet sitter.
Damn.
I love animals.
Nigga, you are the coolest pet sitter I have ever heard.
I agree.
You are a good man.
So now,
gotta be, you know.
Now I'm curious.
So are you upset that I have fur? Are you upset that I have fur on my coat?
No, I mean, you know, I don't know. It just depends on where you got it from. You know, if it's toxic, you know, you might want to get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
Listen, beauty is pain, my love. Beauty is pain.
Hey, so let me ask you something, Ali. So you say you're a pet sitter. Now, when you say pets, is it only dogs, cats? Are there any other crazy animals, you being a pet sitter, that people have actually brought in there?
Like pigs and ferrets?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you know, I take care of rabbits, too, you know. And, so it's dogs, cats, and rabbits. You know, I took care of a parrot about 2 years ago. But, you know, the parrots don't last long, so it's always mostly cats, rabbits, and dogs, man.
Oh, okay. Nigga, you're an interesting-ass dude. That just sounds pets, rabbits, and ferrets. That sounds like a verse in one of your songs.
Yeah, speaking of Q, you know, Farrakhan became a Q 2 days ago. I saw
brother, you done brought up a whole new background. Yeah, before we go there, Ali, you had anything else you wanted to say before we get off the line here?
Yeah, man, you know, I just wanted to say Curtis Blow, man, the breaks. You know what I'm saying? That's what got me into the rap music. You know what I'm saying? They carried me. I used to walk down La Brea, man, back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Alex still bumping. KB, man, Curtis Blow. I just want you to know that
these are the breaks. Break it up. I always wondered, Ali, I always wondered, did those dudes really talk like that in real life?
Well, you know, KB, man, you know, he might have had, because, you know, he used to come through L.A. a lot, man. He moved to L.A., Curtis Blow did. Him and Melly Mel.
Yeah, I was just wondering, were they really like that? They go to Welcome to McDonald's. Can I have I like a Big Mac with extra fries. Hey, everybody. I said a large Coke. When I say big, y'all say Mac. Big Mac. Big Mac.
Hey, man, your show is great, man.
Thank you.
The Most High continue to lead you and your family, AT, and your beautiful daughter and wife.
Thank
man.
you.
I love you, man.
Thank you, brother, and I appreciate you. We appreciate you calling in, man. Hit us up again next week, brother. You have a good one.
All day.
That's what's up.
Sir. Take care.
Cool Bubba Ice. What's up, brother? We got a brother from New York hitting us up. Cool Bubba Ice. What's up? What you got for us?
I got somebody who wrote in all the way from Greece.
What up, Greece?
All the way from Greece. They said, much love from Greece. You nuts. We love you.
Man, you don't know how much we appreciate that at the Funny Don't Stop. So that means we are international.
It's Johnny, and there's a picture of him and I guess his wife. And I said, call us. He said, I can't. I'm at work.
Where do you work in Greece?
Where do you work in Greece, Johnny?
Like they don't have jobs in Greece. We only have 15 more minutes for the show, but you brought up something very interesting, man. You said Minister Farrakhan is now a Q?
Yes, bro.
First of all, how old is he? I'm not doing no jokes about him, but is he at least 80 something?
Listen, I don't know many details. I saw the photo come up on one of the people I follow, an Omega Psi Phi member, and it looks like, he was sitting at the table. He had his little certificate thing, and he had his purple and gold on, and all the Qs were standing around him, and I guess he possibly.
Well, I would like to say congratulations to Minister Louis Farrakhan for becoming an Omega, and shout out to the Muslim community. We have a lot of them listening also. You know what I mean? So that's a beautiful thing. Wow, that's a cool picture. I would love to see Farrakhan step, though. I wonder if he could dance.
Probably can.
Because he's so cool. He's so cool of a man. And he's so inspirational.
I couldn't see him dancing.
And his waves are incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Minister Farrakhan's waves?
Yeah, his waves is on point.
Oh, my God. I don't know if he uses a wave cap or is that natural?
Know what he used.
Clean.
But his shit is better than Big Red's off the 5 Heartbeats.
It's clean.
It's on point.
So let's get back to Dara real quick. You said there's a lot of stuff going in on
penis pictures in your DMs.
Yeah,
I didn't say anything about peanut, but I'm not opposed to it because I'm.
Do you ever get those?
I'm such a weirdo. No, I haven't got one. But
Savvy, thanks for bringing that up.
I
wonder, do guys just really send random penis pictures in the DMs?
Guys have done that. I haven't received one. I almost encourage it because I'd like to. I'm a weirdo, and I'm like, I will look at it, and then maybe I'll come on here and rate them.
Well, you know what? Guess what? If there's any men out there right now and you're huge fans of Dara, hit her on Instagram.
Mean huge. Hello.
There you go. Only one Dara. Send her a PP shot, and she's going to rank you next week. You think I'm bullshitting? We're going to talk that shit, and we're going to put you on blast. Because if you got a little pinky finger PP, we're going to put you on blast.
I want to discuss this.
Next week.
There's things to discuss.
So tell us about your DMs.
Okay, so ladies, anybody out there? I mean, I've dealt with this where ever since I got on Instagram, I feel that men have just been so much more comfortable to just slide in the DM and they just want to start a conversation, which is fine. You know what? It's almost like it almost becomes online dating. People become so comfortable, and I get it. You got to give people credit. You got to give these guys credit. I mean, hey, if they want to say something to you, don't be mean about it, but. Guys, if you're going to start off a conversation and just talk about that, you have a chubby in your pants, this isn't going to go far. I literally got one the other day, and it said, "You're sexy. Goddamn, girl. Had me chubby in those loose pants." And then put the emoji of a pair of pants. Like, so you could tell this guy clearly doesn't know
There's an emoji of loose pants?
He couldn't spell a sentence with proper,
that sounds like somebody that's in jail right now.
He's like, "You're sexy, goddamn girl, had me chubby in those loose pants." Insert emoji of a pair of pants.
It might have been Sean, that one they called.
I know, Sean.
Sean from Phoenix.
Yeah,
exactly.
Had me a chubby in those loose pants, hiding the D, crying, and then put a crying emoji. So hiding the D, crying. So
now, are these strangers?
Yeah, I don't know any of these guys. And then they're like, "And also, it's good to see you're funny." Thank you. I appreciate that, dirtbag.
See, this is why I have my page private. You know what I mean?
I
these
know.
too many
I get
random
it.
trolls and too
Do
many.
girls hit you and ask you your penis size? And you're sick of it?
No, not at all. My page is private, though. So
your page is private. And then at the end, he's like, "I'm obviously joking, but totally." Like, you know what?
Oh,
really?
so he's throwing it out there because if you entertain it, he going to be with it.
I mean, I give you credit for doing that, but that's not how you're going to get a woman. I'm sorry, that's not how you're going to get me.
Well, guess what?
There's ladies out there that love that shit, and they'll eat up. They're like, "Oh my God, he talking about chubby ass."
I'm about to put you on the spot, Dara.
Oh, God.
How do they get you? Because you got fans. I see people all over the internet on all our lives. They're wondering, okay, how do I get Dara? What does Dara like? Because, you got fans out there. Let these guys know, because you don't know who's listening and watching right now.
Well,
how do they get
and if
Dara?
you're single and you're really there, you're just there. For me, honestly, I love a personality. You don't have to be hysterically funny, but you have to make me laugh. You have to be able to at least laugh at yourself. Don't take yourself too serious. Have depth in conversations. I like conversations that have substance. I like to talk about everything from past life regressions to culture to nature to animals to a fart. Anything, all across the globe. I just...
That was some bullshit. Talk about the sex.
The sex and sex. And,
I like long walks in the park. No,
like
get down to it because these dudes want to hear you be you, Dara.
But that's true. I mean, I like somebody who just... be yourself. Be real around me. Don't be shy to be imperfect because I'm not perfect.
And then the booty comes later.
Yeah, and then the ass comes later. Maybe even a pinky swipe. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm all for, for me, honestly, I'm more mentally stimulated. And I know I joke around and people think like, oh, you could be just a lot of jokes, but there's a lot of layers to my makeup of who I am.
No, that's
and
a
how
beautiful
I was
thing.
raised and the conversations that I could get into,
No, you come off as a very classy chick that also likes to have fun.
Who has a shit mouth at the same time.
Yeah, there's a little something dirty about you, but that's good.
But you have to do it you have to have balance, and you do it in a classy way. But you also have to gauge your audience and gauge the person that you're around. I don't just walk around talking about balls and ass.
That is why I love my wife. She is the classiest chick on the planet. But boy, when it comes to home, man, I wish I could talk about it. I don't want to do that because y'all niggas are trying to marry the bitch. So, I love her to death.
I could get into that more with you another time. Other conversations of dating and how it's been. Because I have a lot.
Shout
of
out
stories.
to you, Brazy. That's why I love you. Is there any more crazy
So,
BS?
Sed, are you still, would you ever think about switching to the other side to, anyone opposite of a black woman?
I'm still with that. I'm
because don't forget that
I love it every week.
Don't forget that I remembered you said that you will never date a white woman or a woman who is not black, and you will never marry anyone other than a black woman. So I'm just curious.
Loves his chocolate.
I'm just curious, like, why not anyone else other than your own race?
Well, first
Just
of all,
curious.
I want my kids to reflect me, and so I'm definitely big on melanin or carbon. And so
You don't think your kids would reflect you if you dated someone who was opposite race of you, or Indian or Asian or anything?
Well, I think there is some confusion when you do have a two nationality parent household. So when you have two parents of like ethnicity or nationality, I think it's good for the identity of the actual children when you have somebody of the like heritage. So I think that's important for me as when I get married.
Well, we have somebody calling in right now. They might want to talk on that subject. So
and you don't have to get married to have children.
Man, they hung up.
They hung up. They hung up.
Oh, they hung
That is
up.
a good topic to talk about.
No, it's a great topic. It's a great
Because I am
topic.
curious about that.
You don't have to be married to have children, Sid.
Savvy, what do you feel about interracial relationships? What's your personal opinion on that?
Well, my girl is her mother's white and her father's black.
Okay.
And so I have a biracial child, a 3-year-old. So I'm definitely with it.
With what?
But
with what?
With interracial dating. I understand what Sed is talking about though, because he just he doesn't want cultures to be too
confusing for the child.
But in my situation, it's identical to nigga family.
We only got 4 minutes, so try to explain the nigga family.
It's the same. Like my girl's mom is just like the average black woman, and she's full Caucasian. So that's why it really works for me, man.
Yeah, see,
she acts just like my grandma.
Yeah,
See,
my girl is black, and you know what I mean. Everything is easy. I can come home. I can talk about the issues. She can help uplift the issues.
Oh, so you're saying like a white woman probably won't be able to talk about these issues?
Not to the level that.
What if she's well versed and she knows all the lyrics to Tupac's albums? Or,
Yeah, you don't know me.
what if she knows the whole menu to Roscoe's, off the top of her head?
Yes, that's a deeper conversation.
Yeah,
Because you don't know how I was
What if she
raised-
knows
'cause you don't know
all
how
of
he-
Martin Luther King's speeches by heart?
Because you don't know how I was raised, who I was raised around, and how I was raised. You know what I mean? Like, if you knew a backstory, you know what I mean? Like, you never know who you're talking to and who's sitting there. And I think this show is great because as we get to as the show goes on, fuck off. As the show goes on, we'll get to know each other more.
And no. And we're going to talk more because I'm not even trying to be funny. I have heard of like white women that love brothers. They do their homework. They already know it's a tough one. So it's got to be something other than sex. So they get to learn the menu at Roscoe's. They learn how to make a pot of greens without sugar and raisins and shit.
Sugar and raisins.
They know how to make fried chicken without honey and brown sugar and shit. You know
shit.
You know what I mean? So you can't be mad at a white chick that did her homework. Now if she says, this is the dead giveaway. When she goes, what are you talking about? I love Magic Luther Jackson. Then
we got a problem here.
Then you got a problem.
Damn it.
Then you got a problem. So
bad.
hey, you guys, I just want to say this was an amazing show today. Big round of applause for yourselves.
The funny don't stop, baby.
Hey, man, we talked about so much today, and I hope everybody that's listening, it's crazy because an hour and 30 minutes goes by so fast when you're having fun. And it's just like, I'm having nothing but fun. I said that on my Instagram that, like, man, this feels like it's not work. I haven't had this much fun in so long. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. I find myself looking forward to you guys every week. I love what you do, Sad. I love what you do, Dara. I love what you do, Savvy. Raul, I appreciate you. Doc, I love what you do. Dano, man, this is family, man. So I want everybody to take that with them. Before we leave, everybody give them a real quick where they can find you on your Instagrams and your social media. We'll start with you, Mr. Savvy.
Yo, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, every single social media account, Facebook, Savvy_amusing. You can find me at that name.
Absolutely. Dara.
For me, only one Dara on Instagram, ONLY1 DARA.
Sed.
Real easy, Sed Brass, Sed with an S, SED BRASS.
His shit is private though, so
you're gonna have to open up, dog. You know, you public now, man. You're a public figure now. All right.
No, he can keep it private.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough though, because he got all these fans hitting him. They blowing up wanting to talk to Fat Man.
If you're white, he will not accept.
I fished through him, man. I fished through him, man.
Oh, okay. DJ Dano, where can we find you?
You can hit me at I am DJ Dano on all the socials. You know, the Instagram, the Twit. As I call it, Insta Twit Face.
Oh, okay.
All of them, same thing. I am DJ Dano with 2 N's.
That's what's up. And I want to give a big shout out to our producer, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Can't do the show without a dope producer, and we gotta give a big round of applause for the man who handles all the audio visuals, so you see us on YouTube. Big round for
Raul
Guzman. You can catch him at the Big Goose on Instagram. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. Again, write that number down because we need you to call every week. 310-986-6610. My name is Alex Thomas. Check out my new cartoon. It's on Netflix every single day. It's called Motown Magic. Your kids will love it. It's hysterical. It's the whole history of Motown in animation. Smokey Robinson is the executive producer. I want to say shout out to my beautiful wife, Brazy, who's at home watching with my lovely little daughter, Halo, and my dope-ass little son, Legend. Hey, you guys, I'm out of here. My name is Alex Thomas, and we're all together, the
Funny Don't Stop Show.
I'ma press play every time.
The Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop.
Hey.
The Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop.
Hey.
The Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop.
Hey.
The Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop.
Hey.
My name is Halo Thomas, and you're listening to the Funny Don't Stop Show.